Can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did she have to fight a dragon?
Nope, she bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag college football.
This decision came in the wake of a slew of legal headwinds in recent days. Those included a Big 12 federal filing on Monday morning, with which the league basically asked the federal judge for the authority to invoke its own rules. The Big 12 made very clear today in a statement by its board that they felt like athletes who bet on college sports on their own team should not be able to play college sports. That's a paraphrase. And the NCAA, later in the day, in an appeal of the initial injunction that allowed Sorsby to be eligible, asked for an expedited ruling in that before football season. This flurry of legal headwinds forced Brandon Sorsby's hand a little bit. With the NFL supplemental draft deadline just in 1 week, June 22nd, it became untenable to resolve all these legal issues in that time.
ESPN's Pete Thamel with the report that Brendan Sorsby's out of Texas Tech. He's headed to the supplemental draft. Didn't want to face the Big 12 lawsuit. Had a week here to figure it out if he's going to the draft or not, and decided, let's jump to the NFL.
Pete sounds like a charismatic guy, doesn't he?
He really does. And I'm going to complete this sentence eventually.
I think the Big 12 lowered the boom and locked Sorsby in his room. They came to take his eligibility away, and finally sanity prevailed. I don't think Texas Tech thought there would be this much of a blowback. They thought they had a legal standing, 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah.
And
hey, it's the law, man. There's nothing we can do. We got to play him, and we know we're supporting the kid.
Right.
And they got a ton of blowback.
Yeah.
Nobody else is in favor of this.
And everybody in the conference, most especially, just said no.
It's fun to make fun of lawyers, but between the outside counsel they brought in and whoever they got in-house or whatever, they figured it out and they put it together. And I think the key here is we've watched the NCAA enforce rules, and people are constantly going to beat the NCAA and say, hey, you've got a monopoly, it's antitrust. But the conferences don't face that, so the conferences will have to enforce the rules.
And I knew you were going to say antitrust. What does that mean? Because you say, I never say it, because I have no idea what that means, but you say it all the time. What does antitrust mean?
When you have a monopoly, you can't just enforce the rules and block someone from working. Bottom line.
That's it?
That's it. And the Big 12 isn't, because he could go play in any other conference. Other conferences can have other rules. It's fine.
Well, then we have an antitrust on morning shows because we've blown everybody out of the water.
Yeah. Once you have a monopoly, you're going to get hit with antitrust.
And I'll put $500 on the boardwalk.
$350 for Park Place, and let's go.
Yeah, I mean, because you're the legal mind here. Like yesterday, you told us you didn't know the gun laws in Texas.
Yeah.
Well, that implies you know gun laws in other states. And I know gun laws in no states.
Oh, I think you do.
I don't. I have no idea. What's the gun laws in Utah? I have no clue. I've never had a gun.
Pretty much anything goes in Utah.
We're an open carry state.
We are.
That's what you need
Open
to know.
carry?
He knows the gun laws, too.
So I can have a six-pack of Schlitz in my car?
That's not what that
That's
means.
not a gun.
It's not a firearm, sir.
That'd be beer.
Beer? I don't drink beer.
That's why you wouldn't have it in your car, but thanks for having fun.
I could have it in my car. I could bring my friend, might drink it.
The other college news, Pac-12 giving Commissioner Teresa Gold a 5-year contract extension. Now her deal runs through 2031. She took over the job 2 years ago with just 2 teams. They've rebuilt the league to 8 teams, and she's getting 5 more years.
5 more years.
The other thing I saw is that Texas State is building a recruiting class right away. They're getting a major jump out of going to the Pac-12.
You saw that?
Yeah, I did. I saw a report there. I mean, it's all still verbal, and people can flip, and they'll add to it. But, yeah, off to a good start.
All right, thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NFL.
Calvin Johnson says that Puka Nacua is the guy most likely to break his record for most receiving yards in a season, 1,964, which he did in a 16-game season, and now we're at 17, probably going to 18 here pretty soon. No one's broken it yet. People have come close, but Calvin Johnson says Puka do it. I'd have to go to that game if he did because I like Puka. He's getting some crap out of his system and is just a young guy just learning, but I think he's an awesome, dynamic receiver.
Well, and when they did that 60 thing, I said going in his last year, he's the number one player. I have no idea why he lasted to the 5th round. I mean, the ceiling is his roof or something like that. I mean, as long as his head's on straight and he's injury-free, I don't know that he'll ever play 18 games in a season. But he better get it done quick here because Stafford's running out of time.
That's exactly, Calvin Johnson went into that. He actually thought that Jefferson in Minnesota would do it, but then the quarterback situation there changed, and so now it looks like it'd be a lot harder for Jefferson to pull it off. But he said as long as he got Stanford, he's got a shot. If he stays healthy, that dude's a killer out there.
I think it's Stafford rather than Stanford.
Stafford.
And I think that certainly you need that. I mean, Jerry Rice is considered awesome, as he should be. And you're very fortunate to play with two, not one, but two.
Two Hall of Famers.
Yeah, and so you need that. Football's the ultimate team game, man. You need everybody. You need the line, the block, and the quarterback, and blah, blah, blah. And you need other receivers to be able to get open so they can't just sit there and double
you all day long, yeah. You need guys to block downfield for you so you can take short passes and break them into massive games.
Oh, yeah, you love the yak.
I do love the yak.
You're a yacker.
Yeah.
You're first team all yacker.
Nice. Who'd you just explain that to? Oh, it's Tim Lacombe. They're crossing over, yeah. Tim didn't know that story. He found that entertaining. Dallas Cowboy wide receiver George Pickens has reported to the team and gone through his physical as he seeks to avoid being fined for missing the mandatory minicamp. He's been hoping for a long-term extension, but he did sign the franchise tender that'll pay him $27.3 million this season.
Rock on.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag NBA.
Kind of felt like, hey, this is on the table right now. Let me just get this out the way so I can play free. I can play this to the best of my abilities without having to think about what could or could not happen. And then obviously being able to be on a contending team. I knew that if I did this, at some point it was going to come back.
Jalen Brunson on why he took a pay cut in 2024, left about $100 million on the table. He's hosts a podcast, The Roommate Show, with Josh Hart.
Isn't true. Left $100 million on the table. The government takes half of that.
That is true.
And in New York, they probably take
a little more.
Of that.
By the time he pays state income tax for all the road games and state income tax in New York and whatever local taxes.
He deserves all the credit. But let's not make him like he made the ultimate sacrifice.
He did give them more money to work with, to build a team around him.
Which Tom Brady has done and others have done.
Not a lot of others have done it.
Nevertheless,
others have
done it.
Yeah, others have.
But he should be the face of the NBA. Right now, we talk about who's the face of the NBA. I think it's him right now today.
Knicks were asked by James Dolan, the team owner, during a speech he made to the club back on April 3rd. Implored him to make a 10-week sacrifice in the hunt for an NBA title.
And I think without that speech, they go out in the first round.
Right? The video of the speech released yesterday by Brunson and Hart.
Hey, they lost 2 games in that first round.
Oh, man. The sacrifices. Wow. I mean, we make this out. It's basketball, people.
Couldn't have done it without James Dolan.
They won a few basketball games.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
Swung on and Suarez hits it high in the air. It's deep to center. Ewing back at the wall, turns, looks, gone! Eugenio Suarez's second home run already tonight, and it's a grand slam. Way outside, ball 4, Cubs walk it off again. They beat the Rockies 5-4. Ian Happ scores. The Cubs have done it again.
Cubbies beat the Rockies 5-4. Cubbies just 3 games over 500 after that hot start, but they'll take wins anywhere they can get them. They're still around the edge of the wild card race, so yeah.
If you ever see a redneck, they'll tell them, hey, why don't you take it easy? I'll take it any way I can get it. That's what you just said. You'll take it any way they can get it.
Dustin May, one-hit shutout. He goes the distance. Almost had the no-hitter, a CNI single between short and third. Right in the hole, cost him. Manny Machado got the only hit, but the Cardinals win 3-0.
Former Dodger.
Yes.
Dustin May.
Yes. The memorable hair. Looks like a
big
carrot top
red,
out there. Yeah, big red mane.
Red dew.
His old team, the Dodgers, beat the Rays. Big showdown. Two of the better teams in Major League Baseball. Two of the top 5 records. And the Dodgers win 4-3. Same score your Diamondbacks win by. They beat the Angels 4-3. Following the College World Series, elimination games now. Teams getting knocked out. Bama sent home by Texas, 14-2. Texas advances.
Yeah,
Bama goes home.
I'm available to watch it. I watch it. It's fun.
Adrian Rodriguez hits for the cycle for Texas in that 14-2 win, although I don't know if you saw the triple, but that looked like a single and a two-base error to me. You take it, I got it. The left fielder and center field messed that up pretty good.
Well, PCA, the Cubs hit for the cycle. You didn't mention
Yes,
him.
I did not. You're right. PCA did.
Of course I'm right.
That'd be Pete Crow Armstrong to you. Ole Miss also knocked out. Troy beat him. So 2 of the 5 SEC teams have gone home, but they still got 3 of the last 6. And they'll have a finalist because the 3 that are left are all in the same side of the bracket. The Bees open a 6-game series against the Tacoma Rainiers tonight at the ballpark, America First Square. First pitch at 6:35. Listen to the game on 1280 The Zone. DJ and PK.
This is a win.
I mean, look, they're celebrating down to the right.
It's over. It is a win in every possible way for Cape Verde in their first ever World Cup game. A 0-0 draw with the European champion Spain.
Spain and France widely considered the favorites of the World Cup, but Spain opens with a scoreless game with little Cape Verde earning a point in their first ever World Cup match.
There's a town in northern Arizona called Camp Verde. It's in Yavapai County.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Any tie? Just name similarity.
Oh, I've tied a few on in Camp Verde.
Okay. France, the other heavily favored team in this tournament, will play Senegal today, one of 4 games on tap. And for Spain, if they don't win their group, then if they finish second, there's a chance they could face Argentina in the round of 32. That'd be a pretty big showdown early in the tournament if it happens. Argentina's playing Algeria today.
Where would we be without you breaking this down?
DJ and PK, right about here.
#golf.
State prosecutors in Florida intend to subpoena Tiger Woods' medical records from the hospital where he purportedly received treatment following his DUI arrest March 27th. They have filed court documents. Subpoena will seek any and all reporting documents documenting statements of the patient regarding alcohol or chemical substance use, and any and all drug screen results.
What's the point? What are they trying to do?
Charge him with a crime, I guess. Woods has returned to Florida last week after spending 6 weeks in a treatment facility in Switzerland.
Is he going to go to jail?
I don't know. Maybe they'll suspend his license. Fine, jail, suspended license seem like the 3 things that are out there. There you go. That is what is trending there. Your headlines brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Mark Harlan coming up at 8 o'clock. He'll join us. We'll talk to him about the Otro Capital deal and Brendan Sorsby. Brian Taylor, Real Golf Radio. It's U.S. Open week. We'll talk to Brian Taylor coming up at 9 o'clock, and we'll get more qualifiers for the U.S. Open as well. We'll do that coming up. Stay with us. Question of the day is next.
Welcome to This is Jay Scott and Ben Anderson.
President of basketball operations for the Utah Jazz. It is Austin Ainge. How often are those top names switching around at the top of a draft board? Does that happen this late in the process?
It does happen. We're trying to force ourselves to keep an open mind. Like, don't get locked in until we have all the information. Make sure we're processing everything correctly. We're almost fighting a consensus or predetermination. We're trying to make sure we go through it as thoroughly as possible before we lock in. We are fighting groupthink. We're fighting media narratives. We don't have a consensus in our rooms, right? Like, there's arguments. My dad and I fight every day about stuff, about players. Coach Hardy and I spend a lot of time talking through it and picturing how it would work with this guy and that guy. And there's a lot of opinions and I work with a lot of smart people.
Catch Jake and Ben afternoons from 2 to 6 on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hey, sweetie, your mother showed me this Carvana thing for selling the car. I'm going to give it a try. Wish me luck. Me again. I put in the license plate. It gave me an offer. Unbelievable. Okay, I accepted the offer. They're picking it up Tuesday from the driveway. I haven't even left my chair. It's done. The car's gone. I'm holding a check. Anyway, Carvana, give it a whirl. Love ya.
So good, you'll want to leave a voicemail about it. Sell your car today on
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
The KSL Sports Zone and Beehive Meals are honoring people that impact youth sports in our communities. Nominate the youth sports volunteer you know for the Beehive Meals Hero of the Week at KSLSports.com/contest and listen every Thursday afternoon to Jake and Ben for the winner. It's the Beehive Meals Hero of the Week. Question of the morning. Ready for your hot takes or your toast. Sam Amick, NBA writer for The Athletic, been around for a couple decades, worked for multiple national publications.
I didn't put that on the question.
Says the Jazz are going through...
You read the question.
Are going through it. The question, Your Honor. The Jazz are going through a bad stretch. Darren Peterson won't work out for them, and Walker Kessler is mad he didn't get a contract extension last summer. What is your concern? And Gary says concern level -0, and he spells it out correctly, I might add. Zero concern, Tony says. It's all smoke screens from agents to get the players the best fit and the most money. Kessler will sign with Utah, and if Peterson does not get taken to number 1, he'll be taken to number 2 by the Jazz. It's good old pre-draft banter. Tony has got zero concern. Tavita says, if they draft Boozer, Kessler's out. Not sure that's true. I see what he's doing. I see what he's doing. They got a lot of size, but they don't really have the true center. I mean, he could, but I don't think
What's
so.
a true center?
Jaren Jackson Jr. is more of a power forward. He doesn't want to go up against the 280, 300-pound center and give up that weight and get banged around. Another guy who's 280 or 300 wants to stay in the league.
And how good is that player?
Probably B minus is probably who they get because there aren't that many of that players, and the better guys who are versions of that don't tend to move around a lot. I don't know that the Jazz could afford one right now. It's like Steven Adams, for example.
He's a role player.
Yeah, I get it.
You don't have to bang against Steven Adams. He has no offensive game whatsoever, and he's hurt most of the time.
He'll bang against the Joker.
Then just move him outside where he's in foreign land. He's used to the jungles of New Zealand. I've never been to New Zealand. They have jungles.
Seems a little overstated, but
I know his.
So don't read a bio on Sam Amick, but we're going to ask about the jungles of New Zealand.
He is.
Still allow the randomness to proceed.
I know Steven Adams' sister is a Latter-day Saint.
Valerie Adams, 3-time world champion, multiple-time gold medalist.
Shot put or discus or both?
Shot put mainly. I think she also got some discus titles as well.
Yeah.
Though.
Okay. Now the random is really flowing.
Well, it's a connection to you people.
Family connection. Hello.
I just don't. My point is, Steven Adams is the first shot guy you go to because there's not that many of them.
No.
So who cares if you don't have a center?
Nurkic was the Jazz version, and a little bigger guy, harder to shove around.
I mean, he's basically soft. Yeah. I mean, the game requires it today. Not that he's soft, but he's not a big-time bang. Soft is the wrong word. I retract that, Your Honor. He's not down there just to bang and go toe-to-toe or gut-to-gut. And those things don't really exist that much. I don't think not having a true center is devastating the way it used to be, is the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying get rid of Kessler, but I just don't think that it's that big of a deal.
It just comes back to how much you want Jaren Jackson Jr. to play center.
What is center? That's my point.
Well, it does. I mean, your point is depending on the night, and even inside a game, it's easier to match up than others. They might have one guy who's big and physical and harder for him to handle, but the other team might go small too, in which case he's totally set up to do it.
But there's not that many guys that would be harder for him to handle. That they literally don't exist in the numbers that they used to.
Well, not in the numbers they used to, but they do exist.
Barely, and they're not that good. They're just role guys.
Zdrunas Ilgauskas isn't walking through that door.
Oh, I was thinking a guy who was underneath the radar, but was really good growing up. A Bob Lanier. Today,
yeah, I mean Zubac with the Clippers. He's in Indiana now, so you're only going to see him twice a year.
Zubac is not going to determine whether you win or lose anything. He can help you, but he's not a big-time player. Hartenstein, he's not. Yeah. These guys don't exist.
Well, they do exist. We're naming them, but they
they're
don't
not
have
factors.
And that's when I was going back to their B minus players.
Oh,
but you still
they're not even a B. They're average, which is a C. B is above average. Those guys you just mentioned, they're not above average.
So then, don't pay Kessler. Let him go. Just play Jaren Jackson Jr. at center.
But you have the opportunity to get one or keep one in this case.
Ryan says, Peterson, I have 0% concern level. He didn't exactly say he refuses to work out for Utah. He refuses to work out for anyone that does not have the number one pick. Ace Bailey, on the other hand, specifically called out Utah. We draft him anyway, and from what I hear, he's really embracing it. Kessler, I have a 15% concern level. He didn't play at all last year, and he has to take that into consideration. I do think he's going to be really good. And the situation with Gordon Hayward does come to mind when I hear Kessler's frustrations.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant that he didn't play last year because the idea is he was miffed that they didn't extend them last summer. So last year came after last summer, and nobody predicts the future. So that doesn't even matter. That's not even called into question. That's after the fact. His miffation was after. Or his injury. He was miffed before.
And people can be miffed with their contract and continue to produce. But you can also be miffed with your contract and work your way out.
Yeah, but you're going to pout because you only got $22 million? Then let me drive you out of town. If you can't come to work and be a professional and you're being paid $22 million and you thought you were worth 25 or 30, I don't want you around.
Robert says Walker Kessler was hurt the entire year and made millions for sitting on the bench. How about he earns it first?
Again, that doesn't come into play because that was after the fact. Your guy that you gave the bibliography for in the resume on Sam Amick says that he was mad about last summer, not during the 26-20 or 25-26 season.
Ron says it's fake news. He's not buying any of this stuff. And Ryan says he doesn't know.
Who doesn't know?
Sam.
Well, I have no idea if Sam knows. I assume someone told Sam. It's just a question of who told him and what level of trust there is, or is there antitrust? You never know. And I do think that as someone who spent a large portion of his life in this business, I do think that no matter who it is, even if it's me, I say or write something, don't just take it as gospel. So I have no clue who it was, but that I think we all have to look at it.
A little critical thinking.
It's like Locke said last week on the whoever had the latest draft that had the Jazz taking Boozer, the point being at this time of year, and clicks matter to an extent. Some guys, depends on who you're employed by. You know, when I worked at KSL in the beginning, I did that. I've written for them for many, many years. They were paying me on clicks. So I was basically forced to write BYU because BYU generates the most clicks.
Especially on a KSL website.
Duh.
It's not where Utah fans are going looking for their news at the same level, same rate.
The fact is you're going to have Latter-day Saints literally from around the world.
Checking the website.
Yeah. And I would go to Arizona, and I'd have people say, I read your stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Latter-day Saints in Arizona, obviously. Well, then it became, at some point along the line, no, we'll just give you straight salary. And I actually wanted that because then I could write more about the Utes and not have to freaking worry about clicks. But it is out there to an extent. And, you know, I was told that the Tribune fired somebody. I can't even remember who he was because he wasn't getting enough clicks. People weren't reading his stuff. And that's unfortunate. But that's the world we live in. So I do think you have to have a level of skepticism And, as Locke was talking about that draft, he said, well, if he just wrote, it's DeBonsa, Peterson, Boozer, everybody's written that.
Yeah, nobody's going to read it.
Yeah.
You should just generally be critical of whatever anybody says. You listening to a press conference, someone telling you a story over lunch, don't be swallowing stuff whole.
Right. I don't believe half the crap you tell me.
Maybe 2/3.
Nah, I kind of feel sorry for you sometimes. So I'll go a third. That I'll think, man, he embellished it, but there's some kernels of truth in there. That time when you got in that brawl and you dropped 3 guys, no, I'm thinking maybe 1, but
that was a lie too.
Yeah,
I didn't drop anybody.
I mean that turnaround kung fu move that you did that you'd been practicing on.
Went full Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Chad says Kessler's a restricted free agent. If other teams come in and offer more, he'll make more. The market is currently spoken, and now he must wait it out. Also, boo-hoo! I'm a multimillionaire, gets to live in a mansion and play basketball for a living. Cry me a river.
Well, that's the ultimate fan thing, and we're going to see that in baseball next winter and into the spring.
Lockout, strike, labor troubles.
The public has no, tolerance for it whatsoever. We don't want to hear it because a lot of people out there in the manner in which I grew up, you literally are paycheck to paycheck, and if anything goes wrong, you're in a world of hurt. My father got laid off when I was 16 years old, and it was a big, big deal. And so there's no relatability to these guys. I was just telling somebody last night, we were talking about Billy Casper and Bob, because we were talking about the U.S. Open, and, the stories. I read his book about, driving the station wagon from tournament to tournament. Yeah. I mean, and now they literally have chartered, or if they own their own thing. You can go out to the Phoenix Open, the Waste Management. Well, the Scottsdale Airport is right down the street, and you can see them one after another come flying in, because the money is so much more outrageous than it ever was. And so it's hard to relate to those types of guys. Mickelson's got his thing that I had told you about over a month ago that I had heard, and now Golf Digest is putting stuff out there. And what did he do? Put out, gee, I wonder if I have enough money to join another country club.
Yeah.
Of course you do. So they're not going to be able to have any relatability to that. But at the same time, Hayward sort of pouted behind the scenes a little bit here.
Yep. And couldn't wait to leave as an unrestricted agent and get a big offer, and he did, and he was gone.
Unfortunately, as we reported that, we got called on the carpet, but we got a free barbecue lunch out of the deal.
That's true. Why are you guys saying that? Same reason we talked about Ty Corbin getting fired?
Because it was true.
Because it's going to happen?
Yeah. Right. And it did happen. So you have to be not alarmed, but you have to be concerned about that situation. And I can go back to Dennis Lindsay talking about Robin, who was either Gordon's bride or fiance. What is she thinking? You got to factor in all these things. That's why I always sucked at management. I had a couple of dabbles in it. Oh, this sucks because you got to worry about so much other stuff beyond the actual job because you're dealing with human beings and everyone has their idiosyncrasies and has their emotions and their feelings and their moods, and you got to factor all that stuff in.
Sam saying the Jazz going through a bad stretch. Sam Amick at The Athletic. Darren Peterson won't work out for them, and Kessler's mad he didn't get a contract extension. I think the guy who said 0 and 15%, I think he's on the right track here. With Peterson,
then why would Amick write it that?
If he's, I don't know. I don't know what he knows that I don't know or don't suspect.
Right, I know you don't. I didn't expect that you did. But when you read his intro, you added 4 other things, and I'm fine with it. But each time you did that, you added this, and this. You were building up his credibility.
Yeah.
In your eyes, he's got a lot of credibility, which is fine. Because I don't have The Athletic, but I've heard the name. I wouldn't know what he looked like. But I've heard the name for sure. You've heard the name. You're more intimate. I don't want to know what he looks like.
There he is. He wrote at USA Today and Sports Illustrated, among other places.
Okay. So in your mind, he's got credibility, so you can't just go 15%.
So I assume someone around the league told him this stuff.
Sure, obviously.
Right? And, we'll see how the Peterson stuff plays out. I don't even know that he's going to be on the board. And Peterson may be doing this because he thinks he's going number one to Washington, and what's the point of flying around the country and spend all this time and energy when you're convinced you're going to Washington with the number one pick?
I think he does think that.
Right. So there's nothing to worry about, and you're not having a bad day because I think the Jazz love A.J. DeBonta.
So Sam Amick is wrong. They didn't have a bad day.
Well, I think that you don't report the truth, a wise man once told me. You report what people tell you.
Oh, I understand that.
And so
I'm asking you
think
Amick is wrong. They didn't have a bad day. It's a yes or no. I feel like I'm Joe Kennedy in the halls of Washington here.
Kessler could be a bad day. We'll see how that plays out. I mean, I think they've got him for a year, so the bad day isn't today or tomorrow, but the bad day could be coming.
Well,
one of his paths forward is to take the qualifying offer, which most guys don't do. So I'm not
do that. Take the money, man.
And then if they sign him for 3 years, then the bad day's kicked way down the road, right?
But you think that it's not literally yesterday was the bad day. I mean, it's
the Kessler situation. The Kessler situation is not going great. It could be a slam dunk. We could have already heard, we're going to work it out from Kessler's camp, and it'll be great. That would be better. And we're not hearing the best case scenario on Kessler. Doesn't mean it's going to be a disaster. It could still work itself out. It could also go wrong, and he could walk away, and they could lose him for nothing. That's still an option out there. So I get where that part of the story, and with our listener who says he's got a 15% concern, that could go wrong. I would prefer
more than 15.
I would prefer. Well, it's also a ways out there, and other things will happen that nobody controls. And let's see, because I'm with you. I don't think he's going to do the 1 year deal and then walk, but they could still sign him at the end of a year, and he could do a 3 year deal. In which case, then it's a long time before they need to sign him again. Hayward was miffed, but he did sign a multi-year deal. I think he signed 5 and had an opt out at 3, and he left at 3. So that bad day was coming, but it was down the road a bit. And there's always stuff that can happen that can change perceptions and change reality.
Did I ever tell you about Italian Alzheimer's? You forget everything but a grudge.
Right. And that could be how Kessler and his reps go through this.
And Hayward never forgot.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. And that could be how this plays out, which is why if somebody says, 15% of an issue, as Sam Amick, if he sees that coming, and he's followed the league close enough, he knows the Hayward story and he sees the parallels with Kessler. Yeah, write it, get it on the record.
Another white guy leaving Utah. White guys can't be happy here.
Unless they play hockey.
They just can't be happy with the Jazz. I mean, I don't get that. What is the deal with white guys?
Yeah, I don't know. They want more money. In case of Kessler.
Don't white people have enough money? Jeez.
Kessler and Hayward, even though they have more than all three of us combined.
White guys.
So what about you? You got zero concern about Peterson, but maybe a little bit about Kessler?
I think that the Peterson thing is a situation that he's able to do.
Mm-hmm.
He's sending a message, I want to be drafted first. I'm the best player. Don't be an idiot and pass on me. And I think under the circumstances, this is a shrewd move by him because he's the one that has the doubt because of the season in which he missed the third of the games basically in Kansas.
So this is
took himself out.
So this is basically a little ante by him in the poker game.
This is me
He's pushing
saying,
chips into the middle of the table.
I'm the man. You want me.
Don't you forget it.
Whatever you think about happened in January and February of 26 will have no bearing on what you will see at the NBA level. And I am all that. And so why should I work out for anybody else? I'll go to you, Washington, because if you have a brain, you'll take me. So I think it's a little bit of sending a message that, hey, because of the circumstances, I get it, but I will prove to you that I will be the player that I am, that I know I am. No. And so why work out for number two? No. The Ace Bailey thing is an entirely different thing because once you start getting down to 5, nobody really knows for sure who's going to be drafted at 4, who's going to be drafted at 6, those types of things. So that's a little bit of a poker thing here. So Peterson going, and I think every player in Walker Kessler's situation is going to be perturbed. So he's going to do it. Hayward was perturbed. Why do you make me go around? Haven't I shown you enough? And he held that grudge and got the crap out of here the second he was available and could do that. He was under the rules. It was literally the next minute. Actually, it was before because we knew before. But it became official, and that stupid thank you, Utah, was basically up yours, Utah, is the way Utah people took it. He could have the greatest intentions in the world, but nobody took it that way.
No. That was just salt in the wound here.
Right. Yeah. Well, you would go salt in the wound, I would say up yours, but that's the difference between you and me. And here, what are you laughing at, Yak? And I don't like being laughed at.
Well, you're funny, and you were trying to get a laugh. So
you love being laughed at.
Yeah,
let's
I agree.
be real.
I agree.
I laughed with.
No,
not
at.
Laughed at your humor.
The scars of the 6th grade just came rushing back.
Was there salt in those wounds? Just to bring it full circle.
There's salt in
there
the
was
now.
vinegar and something else.
Vinegar. I think I just
That'd be a bodily fluid that we don't want to mention.
Yes, I believe that was it. Yes.
So I would expect Kessler. I would expect every player. In fact, if I'm Austin Ainge, I want that. Go prove me wrong. It's like Becky Hammond said, all right, when they talked to her this year, she made that statement 3 years ago. Go prove me wrong. It's not the last time I'm going to be wrong.
There it is.
And Jalen Brunson, not that he was, this is for you, Becky. I don't think that was his motivation. But she made a statement, and then they came back to her 3 years later and go prove me wrong. Here you go. Walker, go prove us wrong. Meanwhile, you'll be getting a big fat check, and then you ball out for the next 3 years. You'll get even a bigger, fatter check.
All true.
Yeah.
So the question then is, he can be perturbed, but is it going to turn into some long-term grudge that impacts future decisions?
If he's a fool, yes. If he's not, no. If he understands this is business, and we're not really in bed together, so to speak here. This is a business. You're trying to get me for as little money as you can, and I'm trying to get you for as much money as I can, and that'll never change.
Welcome to work.
Yes.
DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Coming up top of the hour, Mark Harlan, University of Utah Athletic Director on the deal with Otro Capital. Stay with us.
3, 2, 1. This is Scotty G and Coach Tim LeComb.
Joining us now, he is the athletic director at Brigham Young University, Brian Santiago. AJ DeBonsa comes in, and what a big get it was for BYU. But did that exceed your expectations, not just on the court, but how he embraced the community and the community embraced him?
AJ is remarkable from day one, all in for BYU. The one thing about this draft is I hope in the worst way he goes number one, because I know that's his dream. I know that he's put in so much to put himself in a position to be the number one pick in the draft. One thing that I do have a lot of confidence in, and Danny Ainge, he's the best in the business, so is Austin. They got it. They'll figure it out, and they'll do what's right for that franchise. It's going to be super interesting to see how it works out. I'm one that's pulling hard for him to be the number one pick, even though I'd love if he ended up in Utah.
Catch Scotty G and Coach weekdays from 10 to 2. Presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Thumbtack presents Tile Trouble. Every single time I use my sink, I make eye contact with the uneven grout on my kitchen backsplash. The crooked corners eye me, and I'm haunted by more tiling questions than I thought possible. What kind of pro can fix a backsplash? Can I replace one cracked tile, or should I replace them all? What if I just use Thumbtack? I can hire top-rated pros, read reviews, and compare prices with a tap, all on the app. Thumbtack knows homes. Download the app today.
What is that?
Oh, yeah, it's a World Cup holder.
Like the soccer tournament World Cup?
Holder. For the world. Fits every car, holds every cup.
It has a Carvana logo?
Yeah, Carvana made it. They buy and sell cars, so they made a car cup holder. So, got any good cups lately?
I used to. I just couldn't figure out where in the world to put them.
The World Cup holder. Brought to you by Carvana. Proud sponsors of the World Cup holder.
Sign up today to win yours at cup-holder2026.com. Not authorized or endorsed by FIFA. Not a real product. For parity and fair use purposes only.
It's time for the U.S. Open giveaway. Let's get a qualifier right now. Caller 12-801-575-ZONE. You'll be assigned either one of the top 25 players in the world, or you'll get the field. If you're caller 12 right now at 801-575-ZONE. And then if your golfer wins the U.S. Open, you'll receive a $300 clubhouse credit, a Copper Rock golf course, and a $100 gas card. It's brought to you by Copper Rock, where the pros play. We've had 8 different NBA champions in 8 years, PK. Do you think we're going to have 9 in 9 years, or do you think finally one of the 8 will pick up a title? Odds are already out for next year.
I couldn't tell you. Next year?
Yep.
Get to me in August. I think I'd have a better, even that is a guess, but it'd be a far more educated guess in August. I mean, what are the Celtics going to do with Jaylen Brown? It seems like he's unhappy for whatever reasons. I don't care. And so where does he go? Where does Giannis go? Do they replace Brown with Giannis? What do the Celtics have to give up? That's just one thing off the top of my head. I don't think there's anything right now close to a super team. The NBA wants to point that out.
Mm-hmm.
And as
a positive,
but it's neither a positive or a negative. It just is.
They will have a super team again. And
at some point,
it could be very entertaining.
Maybe it's here in town.
Ooh,
it's not out of the realm.
All right.
But I think the league is better when it has someone to shoot for. And certainly, unfortunately, for smaller markets, the bigger market, the better. If you have that team that people love, or there's you either got to love them or hate them. And there's a reason why the Bulls-Jazz series still ranks.
MJ.
Yeah. And you had, if you didn't like him, well, you had these guys over here, the small-town grinders,
right,
way off the spotlight.
Who could at least extend the series.
Well, and they were, and Jerry Sloan and the statues, those guys were enormously respected.
Yeah.
They stayed loyal. They didn't go take off, and they grind every year, and they finally, at the advanced age, got to the top. I think you get to the finals, you got to the top. You didn't get over the top, but you got to the top, right? And so that was the perfect setup. I actually think that's better than no offense, but then you're going to offend them, as everybody says. No offense. OKC, Indiana. Now, I watched every game. I'm a basketball fan. It's my job.
Right.
But that doesn't resonate in the U.S. It just doesn't. Whereas
Chicago, New York, and L.A. do.
Yeah.
Golden State did too.
Well, because they had outrageous stars.
Right.
If you get that, that's something that's a sellable, marketable thing.
Clearly, this Knicks team resonated. Clearly, the Lakers
well,
had
it's
multiple
New York
teams.
too,
right? Yeah.
And you're getting the massive amounts of population and everything. James Dolan. Okay, I know he owns the Knicks. Ask me who owns the Spurs. I mean, the teams who played last year. I have no clue. Right?
But Dolan's personality.
Because it's New York.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're going to know who owns that team, right? And it does help to an extent if the owner doesn't have to be flamboyant, but he's got to have personality. He's got to be known. Cuban
be willing to get out there.
Was known, you know.
Right.
I mean, that's good for the league. So I don't think it's negative that the 8 for 8, but I don't also think it's this big positive that they may try to sell.
It has fired up fan bases around the league. I wonder how much they stay fired up as, Milwaukee gets to the mountaintop and plants the flag, but then slips backward pretty quickly. Not around their fan base.
That was nice.
Toronto, same thing.
Nice.
Yeah. And Toronto's rebuilding on their way back up. We'll see how high.
And it'll be nice when the Jazz get there.
Yes. All right, DJ PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Mark Harlan, Utah Athletic Director, joins us next to talk about the deal with Otro Capital. Stay with us.
Big color, bigger savings. Sherwin-Williams Super Sale is here. Get 40% off paints and stains June 5th through the 11th with prices starting at $30.89. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Summer is all about freedom, fun, and growing up. And between the ages of 9 and 13, kids are starting to form their views about alcohol. With more independence, their still developing brains need more guidance and support than ever. That's why summer is the perfect time to stay connected and plan fun, safe family activities together. Research shows kids who spend quality time with their parents doing what they enjoy are less likely to drink underage. And when kids feel close to you, they're more likely to listen, especially when you set clear expectations. In fact, kids who drink before 15 are far more likely to struggle with alcohol later. This summer, create a no-bummer summer with fun, alcohol-free activities for your kids. Go to summer.parentsempowered.org to take a quick quiz and discover ideas tailored to your family. A little time together can make a big difference. For more information and to learn more about how to prevent underage drinking, visit parentsempowered.org.